Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best setting to turn on that's going to allow you to edit way faster in this game. And a lot of you guys might have already turned it on, but in case you guys haven't, or haven't checked it out or haven't used it yet, I'm going to explain what that setting is and show you guys why this can drastically improve the speed at which you edit at. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway for Fortnite Chapter 2. If you guys want to be entered in this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, make sure you guys turn on my post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video, and as well, leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. And real quick, if you guys want to support me as a creator in the item shop, my code is Young Humor. So if you guys want to support me, definitely put in my code. It helps me out a ton. I definitely appreciate it. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be showing you guys the new setting that came out for this season that I think everybody should turn on. That's going to be very, very helpful when it comes to editing. And that's going to be towards the bottom in the first list. And it's going to be called confirm edit on release. This is something you definitely want to turn on. Now this is going to really help you guys out in a lot of ways. I know a lot of you guys have already turned on this setting, and this setting is very, very good for a lot of reasons. And so how this works is when you go to edit a wall, or go to edit any structure, it doesn't really matter, pyramid, cone, floor, ramp, doesn't really matter. When you go to edit anything, how it works is, so as you would edit normally, you would tap the edit button and then you would go for the selected piece that you want. But how it works is once you select that piece, when it confirms, you don't have to hit the confirm button anymore. What happens is, so if you guys play on Xbox with the right trigger, once you go for that, instead of having a confirm button, basically your R2 or the button you use to click on the edit, that's going to be the same button. As soon as you release it, that's going to confirm the edit. So it's super simple to see, as you see here. Basically, as I go for that, as right now I'm holding down R2, and as soon as I release it, that's when the edit confirms. So that's exactly how it's going to work. So I would edit normally, I click the edit button, and I would press R2 or RT, and then I would select the squares that I want, and then as soon as I release the right trigger, that's when the wall confirms. And this could be very useful for a lot of reasons, because you pretty much do this, and it basically just saves you a step from having to actually hit confirm, because you're doing this anyway, and it's just an extra step that you don't have to do when it comes to confirming on your edits. So this is something that once you guys turn on, I think it's not something that's gonna make like a crazy difference. Like once you turn it on, you're going to be, the best editor in the world. But I do think turning this on is going to give you that little boost and editing speed that you can do just from changing a setting. You don't have to work on being any better. And of course, this will take a little bit of practice to fully get used to, but this is definitely a little bit quicker than just having to hit confirm. And another thing to talk about, unfortunately, when it comes to resetting it, so if you want to go back to reset, you do have to hit confirm on that. So when you reset it, you hit the edit button again, and then whatever your reset button, mine's the right stick down, I click on that, and then I hit confirm, and that resets it. So this setting only applies to when you go for an edit on the wall. It doesn't apply for when you reset the edit or anything like that. So that's something you have to really just get down and get used to. And the good thing about this, if you accidentally hit the confirm button when you are going for an edit, it doesn't affect anything, because the confirm is already on the release. So it's one of those things that even if you accidentally hit the confirm button a few times, it's not going to change anything, and it's just something that you don't have to really worry about too much. So it can only help you improve a lot more when it comes to your editing. And the good thing I like about how it's on release is, say if you have the wall edited in a certain way and you want to stop it, all you have to do is hit your reset button, and the wall isn't going to edit. So it's not forcing you to edit the wall if you decide you don't really want to. So I think those reasons alone, it's going to be very useful, and this setting can really give you a boost when it comes to your editing speed, and also when it comes to improving on your edits, because editing is definitely something that I'm not the best at. I'm pretty good when it comes to a few structures. I feel like I'm pretty good when it comes to walls, but I do struggle a little bit when it comes to certain stair edits, or if I'm going for multiple edits really fast. That does trip me up from time to time, because I think it's not only important to be really good at editing, but also after you edit, So you work on your editing, and also when it comes to games, because in games you're not really just blindly editing, you're usually editing and then going for a shot immediately. And I really believe that's the specific part you should be focusing on the most, because you can edit all day, but if you can't hit any shots right after the edit, it's not going to be worth anything. And also, hitting a shot after an edit is going to be a lot harder than hitting a shot, because right before, if you're going for like a certain edit, maybe you're having to edit the top 3 squares. Once you edit those top 3 squares, not only are you having to go for the edit, you also have to readjust your shot. You have to readjust your scope on the player that you're going against. So that is also something that you do have to consider. And also, a really good tip that you can do is when it comes to walls, it's always better to edit upwards than to edit downwards. So if you or going for that play where you edit the bottom left 3 squares or the bottom right 3 squares, it's always better to edit up, because once you edit up, your gun is already at headshot level, versus if you edit down, then your shot is already at their feet and you might have to readjust. So going for edits like that, and then trying to just focus on having the least resistance possible, especially when, for me, since I play on controller, sensitivity isn't very high. I play on a 0.65 sensitivity. It's not that high. So as soon as I go for the edit, I need to have an edit where it's the least movement possible to where I have to hit the shot right afterwards. And I think that's just ultimately going to give me the best chance of hitting a shot right after the edit. And after you change the setting, I think a few really good tips to improve your editing speed. Of course, I would say 100% doing editing courses, maybe just working on specific edits. Maybe you need to work on editing walls, stairs. I feel like everyone has that one edit or those couple of edits that trip them up more than others. So some people might be tripping up at certain wall edits, maybe it's stair edits completely, maybe it's certain type of cone edits. So I think it's really important to practice all edits, but most importantly the edits that you know you're not very good at, and the edits that you would mess up in game. And also, another really good tip that I use a lot when I practice my editing, not only do I just practice it in creative or those editing courses, is when I practice edits, I also practice doing multiple edits at the same time. So I'm not only just going for one single edit right there. One thing that I do is I practice maybe editing a floor and a wall one right after each other, because that makes it a lot harder and a lot more challenging. So say for instance you're really good and you practice a lot at editing a stair and a ramp right afterwards, so you practice going for that type of edit. So when it comes to games and you only have to edit a wall, only have to edit a ramp, it's going to be 10 times easier, because you're already used to editing harder structures and already used to editing multiple things in a row. So that's just going to make it 10 times easier on yourself, and something you're just going to get used to, and just going to help you out a lot more. So practicing editing in a much harder scale, so practicing multiple edits at the same time, can give you that advantage. I honestly think so. It's something that I practice a lot. I think definitely gives me a big advantage when it comes to editing. And like I said, I'm not the best at editing, but I think I am pretty good, and I have a decent amount of speed, or enough speed to where I can win a good majority of my gunfights. It obviously would help if I did raise my sensitivity just a little bit, because I've had games where my sensitivity has screwed me over by being just under, but also at the same time I do have to consider my aim and everything like that. And I feel like the sensitivity I have on right now is probably one of the best sensitivities for me personally. Sometimes it might be better to rock a little bit higher sensitivity, because your editing sensitivity is based strictly on your X and Y sensitivity. So if you're rocking a 5 X and Y sensitivity and you have a 2 editing sensitivity, then that means it's based on that 5. Because if you have a max X and Y sensitivity and you also have a 2, if you have a max editing sensitivity and then you have a 2 editing sensitivity, then your editing sensitivity is way faster. So a lot of these settings really do depend on your X and Y sensitivity. So I think that setting is the most important, and something you want to find that's going to work best for you. And once you find that works best for you, then you want to have your editing speed and everything like that adjusted accordingly. And I think that's really the best way to improve specifically editing. I think with a lot of other type of improvements, I think there are better ways to go about it, but I think specifically for editing courses are a really good way. Because for aiming, I really don't think editing or aiming courses are a really good way to improve aim, but for editing, it's just strictly editing. I think that's a really good way to improve. But also going into game and actually doing the edits that you practice can give you a good advantage, and as well just help you learn and just get better at being more consistent at the edits that you already know. And with that being said, that's a wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.